I did say that we were going to read an email from Martin, and we'll round off the show doing it. He says, "Hello, Luke and Pete. Listening to your between Christmas and New Year waffle, rude, about brown sauce. Did we talk about brown sauce?
You can have it on a potato waffle, but not a another waffle.
Yeah, Belgian one.
Belgian one.
Are you an HP guy, Peter, or Daddy's guy, or what are you?
Nah, I don't mess with the old brown sauce. I find it all just very pedestrian, to be honest. I am a
thrill seeker. Huh?
No, I'm just the old hot sauces usually.
Bloody yeah,
because they have the same sweetness. They have the same sweetness that you get from brown sauce, but they've just got a bit more to them. I would say.
I thought you say, yeah, fair enough. He said it brought back a horrible memory from a party about 10 years ago. Says Martin, a buffet table was set out, and everyone had eaten, and then people helped themselves to desserts. Me and the wife I have access to, and another friend were stood having a chat and a drink near to where the food was. Another lady, who none of the three of us knew, arrived at the buffet table, got herself a huge slice of cake, and then picked up the brown sauce and covered the cake in the stuff. We were obviously speechless and can now tell the story whenever we see brown sauce everywhere. Anyone for cake? Martin. That's got to be a mistake from the person, surely.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that one, to be honest. Yeah,
it can't be it can't be the behaviour of a rational actor, can it? Would you say?
It's a little bit like that man who comes out the toilet in that German music festival and washes his hands in the urinal, and he suddenly goes, "This isn't the sink, is it? It's the urinal."
Like Borat, basically. It's Borat vibes. That
is that what Borat does?
Borat does. Does he try to take a poo in the urinal?
Right. Okay.
Something like that. Fair. But I mean, the thing is,
yeah.
Speaking of that kind of thing and being cancelled and the rest of it, Borat is still so good now. It's still so funny. Like now.
Yeah.
It's so good at because obviously I didn't get it back in the day. I just thought I was a fucking idiot, and it's funny because he's stupid. He does ridiculously stupid things that you would never do in public. But actually, what he's doing, of course, is he's like subverting people's like inbuilt prejudices, right? They don't even know, and they won't question the behaviour because they're like, "Oh, he's from Kazakhstan. I have no idea what they do over there. I've got no interest in learning about another culture, so I'll just be awkward about it." And obviously, because people are British for the most part, they'll just not say anything. And it's such a universal
but
truth.
His best ones were like in the US, though, weren't they? That's the weird.
Well, the US one's even more interesting because
they're more likely to sort of express themselves.
Correct.
You know, express their. And
also the prejudices are more exaggerated, I would say.
Yeah.
Anyway, my uncle, my late uncle, bless him, he always had an aversion to any kind of. It's quite a weird one. Any kind of white coloured, like condiments, like mayonnaise, salad cream, et al.
Okay. I could see that, yeah.
When he was at school,
they look a bit like, they look a bit too kind of like it's come out of something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And mayonnaise, mayonnaise doesn't look like that, does it?
What does it look like? It's a bit yellowy.
It's just yellow. It will be egg yolk and
okay.
oil and seasoning and stuff, and a bit of mustard. So it's not really supposed to look like that. But his reason was that when he was at school once, he accidentally put a load of salad cream on the dessert. Much like this lady Martin's talking about, and had a couple of spoonfuls. Like, what the fuck is that? And it obviously set him for life.
In it, like people do. Like Sarah won't eat a cream egg because her brother said it was bird poo in the middle, and she's just never been able to touch. But I don't think I've got really anything that I ate too many banana chips, like dried banana slices when I was a kid, and then just sort of didn't eat them again.
Where are you getting them in Hartlepool in the 80s?
The shop where they just have big bins and you scoop up and put in a clear plastic bag.
What, you had one of them in Hartlepool in the 80s? Like a Whole Foods?
Yeah, well, back in the day, but it was like, it just saved on, it was like, it was all off-brand stuff, but it was like, it went bust like in the late 80s, but like you would just scoop up your own stuff. But it was, you're right, it was very like, it was very like, you just get like sugar puffs and stuff. Yeah, nowadays it's like, low packaging kind of like, low carbon footprint stuff.
Yeah.
But back then it was just literally, the stuff is cheaper, people just assumed you were paying for the box and the design and the marketing and stuff, and it was just, cheap Fruit Loops and stuff.
So you put yourself off?
I put myself off by eting too many bananas.
That's what I did with smoking. I was very lucky that when I was about 16, I just started smoking a bit, and because my friends were doing it, and I just massively overdid it. I've never ever wanted a cigarette really since.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, no, it's never lured me in. I always like the smell of it, but.
Do you really? Even now?
Yeah, it takes you back, doesn't it? Especially these days. It's proper nostalgic, isn't it?
I always get paranoid about it going near my baby.
Get away from my baby.
Anyway, And I was just going to say on your banana chips thing. I remember being on a flight once when I was about 11, and the in-flight meal came around, and I got stuck into what I thought was a grape, but it was an olive, and I've never been able to eat olives since.
Yeah, you're an olive dodger, aren't you?
Yeah.
But then you don't like many sort of vinegary. You don't like gherkins.
Oh, no, I like pickled onions though.
That's weird. That is strange. That's really strange.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I'm not
We
sure
will
what.
study you. We will study you. Maybe you just haven't found it. Maybe, like, you go to America, get one of those ones you get in the 7-Elevens that are like different hot flavours and stuff. You've just maybe just not found the gherkin for you.
Just leave me alone.
Hmm.
People who fetishize food like that just winds me up.
Get yourself fetishized. I'm just asking you to eat a gherkin.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who virtue signal about the fact that I'll eat anything. Give me a fucking bull's heart, and drip some fucking balsamic over it and tell me Tom Kerridge cooked it, and I'll tell you how brilliant it is. Get fucked. Fucking get a personality of your own.
Get some salad cream on it.
Same as the people who talk about IPA all day. Just get a personality of your own. Just think your own thoughts.